Hello and welcome back. This week on the offensive line, we're going to talk about a topic related to a few episodes we've already done. We'll let you figure out which of those episodes are related to this. Feel free to comment down below if you think you figured it out. Our cliche of the week is, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual. Other forms of this you may have heard are, I'm not religious, but I believe in God. Or even, I don't go to church, but I believe in God. For that last one, make sure to check out our previous season's episode on why all Christians should be a part of a local church.
Now, this cliche is quite an interesting one. It's really popular today because being spiritual has become very trendy. And every single time someone says this, their life really looks no different than that of a non-Christian. In fact, that's exactly what I heard someone say once. Even as an atheist, they were bothered by the fact that people who claim to be spiritual lived exactly the same way as honest atheists. What does it even mean to be spiritual anyway?
Like many things in today's society, being spiritual means something different to every person you might ask. Some say that it's a certain way of living. Some say it has to do with a certain activity that makes them feel calm or even inspired. And then spiritual becomes some broad, nebulous term that means anything to anyone, which therefore means nothing in particular. It becomes less than useless. In order to even have effective communication with someone who is spiritual in this way, you have to first define your terms. And that's hardly a good way to start any conversation.
So what's the alternative? The alternative is to find the fixed, objective definition of the word. And we find that in the Bible. In 1 Corinthians 2:14, Paul says, "But a natural man does not accept the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him, and he cannot understand them because they are spiritually appraised." So here he sets up a contrast between the one who is natural and one who is spiritual. In Galatians 6, he addresses the brethren as those who are spiritual. These two verses help us understand that according to the Bible, spiritual equals Christian.
And when you say, I'm not religious, I'm Christian, that makes absolutely no sense. So the cliche, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, imposes a false dichotomy on Christianity. Spirituality is pit against religion. This phrase paints religion as something cold and ritualistic with lots of rules that need to be followed. And there are some religions that are like that. In fact, there are even some so-called Christian churches that are like that. But on the other hand, the spirituality many abide by that ignores biblical Christianity becomes just flighty emotionalism with no substance.
So whether someone is saying, I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, whether they pit religion against belief in God or belief in God versus going to church, the fact is that these are all manifestations of spiritual pride. Because just like that atheist I referenced before observed, these phrases are almost always accompanied by a loose lifestyle where you can do whatever you want and no one can tell you otherwise because it's just your own brand of spirituality. It is a version of Christianity where there is no authority except for self. And the result is millions of individual popes abound, but the church is non-existent.
Claiming to be spiritual but not religious is like saying, I'm going swimming, but I don't want to get wet. So remember that the next time you hear the phrase, or if you, God forbid, are tempted to say it. Hopefully that was another helpful video for you. Our goal with all of these videos is to be an encouragement to Christians. So if you have any friends or family that you think would benefit from one of our videos, please share our videos with them. We are the offensive line and we're uncomplicating the complicated. And we'll see you next week.
Oh no! It's not? No, it's empty. Oh, it did splash a little bit. No.
In the bag or the carpet?
In the bag.
He's worried about the carpet.